Special Issue Task Force, how can I help you? And joining us in the studio for Special Issue Task Force is apparently a comedian, Yoon Se-young.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. I thought my job was delivering news, but it turned out to be something else.
Comedy. I'm not gonna lie though. I'll give you this, Hae-young. I'll give you this.
Okay.
It takes a lot to be able to go comedy for comedy with me. And you've been able to go comedy for comedy with me. Right? It's just that once we click, we go news, right? We go boom, news. But before news begins, Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber?
Hate to say this to her.
Aww.
But, you know, we become a comedy duo.
Then I'll take the role of dumb.
Fine.
I don't want to be dumber.
Fine. Well,
Dumb
it's dumb
and dumber.
Dumber than you? Dumber than you? Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
But thank you for enjoying my segment.
No,
right?
it's fun. It gets both of it because I
I'm so
feel
happy
like
to hear that they like my segment.
no, it's good because if it's too newsy, then this is
That's
not
boring.
It's not
right?
Korea now.
It's not Korea now.
Korea now. It's not
the
Korea now.
Culture Inc.
It's the Culture Inc. And so
Hey, you still got one more hour.
It sounds nothing like me, Taeyong. This Monday
Yes.
must have been tough for a lot of people.
Oh, it was really tough.
We had Chuseok.
So yesterday I wasn't supposed to be here, but I came because I thought I was in charge of evening news. So I came.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were also listening to the show
Right.
for like the whole day.
Yeah. Not whole day.
Oh,
Only
I mean-
yours and Johan's.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like listening to Yohan and our show. And I was like, she seems very free.
Not free. I was very busy. But I just love listening to Arirang Radio.
Arirang Radio.
Arirang Radio.
But it was a golden holiday.
It was. Absolutely.
As long as 10 days, if you were able to take some of those days off.
Right.
But it turned out to be a little different than many expected. Let's talk about this golden holiday we just had.
Sure. This year's Chuseok was indeed special not only because of the unusually long break, but also because of the mix of record-breaking travel and, well, some unexpected rain clouds as well.
Yep.
The Chuseok holiday officially ran from October 3rd to the 9th, but as you said, if you took an extra day off on Friday, October 10th, the day after Hangul Day, you could have enjoyed an extended break through the weekend, making it up to 10 days off in total. So a lot of Koreans used this time to travel both domestically and abroad.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Except for us.
would have liked it if people were spending that money here in Korea, but you know, they're flying abroad. They're flying abroad. But also there was a lot of people coming to Korea.
We met Japan, from China,
Singapore. We met Nyan. Nyan was
Did
here.
we meet during Chuseok holiday? You remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you
I
do.
remember meeting. I remember the meeting part. I don't remember saying goodbye.
Okay.
Is what I remember. Okay, but with people inbound, outbound. I mean, the airports must have been completely packed.
Absolutely. In fact, Incheon International Airport saw its busiest Chuseok ever. According to the Airport Corporation, daily passenger numbers averaged around 217,000, up more than 6% from last year. And that's the highest figure since the airport first opened in 2001. And during the entire holiday period, more than 1.74 million travelers passed through Incheon Airport.
You know, it's good. I mean, it's the post-pandemic effect.
Yes,
you know, people couldn't go anywhere. People couldn't come. People couldn't go, and now it's busy. But which destinations were the most popular?
The top spots were Southeast Asia, Japan, and China. Southeast Asia accounted for about 26% of all passengers, followed closely by Japan at 25%. So we can clearly see that short to mid-haul vacation destinations remain extremely popular for Korean travelers. But not everything went smoothly due to flight delays, especially on Jeju-do Island. On October 3rd, the first day of the holiday, Jeju Airport was hit with strong winds and sudden rain showers. And out of nearly 350 scheduled flights that day, about 260 were delayed.
Wow.
And some ferry routes were also canceled due to high waves. So for many families trying to get to or from Jeju, it was a bit of a travel nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? If you can't go to overseas, you choose Jeju, but we really did not have good weather.
No.
And I feel really bad. Again, we go back to Nyan, who was visiting from Singapore, and like she was here, and then she went to Busan, and she was just hit with rain left and right. It was terrible weather, and I always said that
Sorry
autumn
for
is
her.
good, but rain didn't just affect the flights, right? It seemed like it dampened the overall. Like it didn't, you know what? It didn't feel like Chuseok, or I don't remember Chuseok. I don't know, one of those two. But like it's the weather.
It was too long, maybe.
No,
Yeah.
because usually like Chuseok, it's like nice autumn weather.
That's right.
Sunny, just
you go out,
not
and
too
enjoy
hot, not too
outdoor
cold.
activities.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's just it just really dampened the whole holiday mood.
Yeah, exactly. The golden holiday wasn't as golden as expected for restaurants and local businesses. Heavy rain hit much of the country throughout the break, discouraging outdoor dining or other outdoor activities. And many small businesses had hoped for a sales boom, but the weather really got in the way. But there was one surprising winner, fashion retailers.
Really?
Since Chuseok came later this year and the temperature dropped quite a bit, different from last year when the weather still felt like midsummer. It was
Yeah.
super hot.
Yeah.
Outerwear like jackets and coats sold very well. And department stores and outlet malls even reported surprise sales spikes.
So it's crazy because
So indoor shopping malls.
yeah, nowadays,
Yes.
I mean, even though it's like Chuseok, because it's it was such a long holiday, we would have thought that restaurants would have just boomed. But a lot of people left. That's
Right.
that's the other thing. Combine that with the weather, and so just, people are just kind of staying
Yes,
indoors.
yes.
But it's good to see that at least some businesses actually benefited from all this.
Sure. And I said many people just chose to stay indoors rather than go for outdoor activities. But despite the rain, some tourist cities were also busier than ever for special reasons. For example, Gangneung on the East Coast, which had been suffering from devastating drought this year, saw a record-breaking 1.37 million visitors during the holiday. And that's a 57% jump compared to last year. And what drew so many people there, Gangneung hosted all kinds of cultural events, from traditional tea ceremonies and hanbok concerts to night tours and local performances. It really became a festival city for the Chuseok week, giving visitors a chance to enjoy both tradition and the autumn sea breeze.
It's good news. I mean, Gangneung, it was
Suffered,
bad.
yes.
I love going to Gangneung, but it was hard to see that they were
Right.
suffering from all of this. What about Gyeongju? I heard that was another major hotspot this year.
Yeah, Gyeongju welcomed nearly 700,000 visitors during the Chuseok week because people tend to expect cities preparing to host major international events, in this case, the upcoming APEC summit in November, to be full of things to do, well equipped with convenient facilities and cleanly organized. So the famous Hwangridan-gil Donggungwon Palace in Wolji Pond and Cheomseongdae Observatory were packed with both locals and foreigners. And as Gyeongju's profile is rising internationally, of course, too, foreign visitor numbers were noticeably up, especially from Japan and China. So while some regions struggled with the weather, others really thrived thanks to special events and symbolic meanings of the certain city.
Did you go anywhere?
No, I just stayed in Yongin, where
not too
my
far.
parents live. Yes.
I went to Sadang.
Sadang. Oh, I went to Sadang too, and so
Really?
had so much fun there. No, you don't remember a thing.
I don't remember. I know. I remember songs. It's just I don't remember.
All of a sudden, he started a live show
I
on
didn't-
Instagram,
no,
and you
le-
sang SG Wannabes song, and then you just
No, let me tell you what happened.
told our listeners some random things, and I don't
did?
know. Yeah, you did.
What random stuff did I say?
I don't remember.
I hope you don't
Well,
remember.
I have a video recorded, so
Don't erase it. Let's talk about
you want to
the-
watch it together?
No, stop it. Entertainment. Speaking of entertainment,
yes.
Chuseok's been a big movie season in Korea. Like families used to go to cinema after Chuseok holiday, but is it the same?
I have the same memory from childhood, after eating dinner and songpyeon with the extended family, we'd all go to the movies
She
together.
has such a happy family.
Oh, that was our family tradition.
Yeah, I know. I always got that vibe about your family. It's like it's a happy,
I'm from happy family.
rich family.
No, we're
Money makes
just
you happy.
no ordinary happy family. So, but those days are fading now. Streaming platforms like Netflix have really taken over. So, still there were notable films released this Chuseok, though not as many as before. This year, theaters had a few domestic releases like the crime comedy The Boss in Korean. Director Park Chan-wook's new film What Can You Do About It? 어쩔 수가 없다, and a family film called Wedding Reception. But none of them recorded like record-breaking number of tickets selling or something. In contrast, OTT platforms offered a much wider selection from original K-dramas to family-friendly movies. So many people chose to stay in and stream instead of just going out.
What did I watch? I don't think I watched anything.
You didn't watch anything, even on TV or through OTT
Not
platforms?
on TV. I watched some stuff on OTT platform.
Stop watching 나는 Solo and try to watch the movies, like decent movies, real.
나는 Solo is
content.
human documentary.
Is it?
You learn about a
What do you
human
learn?
mind.
What do you learn from it?
You learn about what not to do. Because they're all...
How happy you are because you're happily married with 2 children, right?
I mean, I'd be happy on the show too, but... I'd be happy if I was on the show too, but yes. That I don't have to worry about all the stuff that goes on at 나는 Solo.
Be happy
That's
with what you
right.
have right now.
Anyways, we're going to continue to talk about the major issues of the past week, but first, let's take a listen to a song from Koyo with Return. And the last track you just heard was Koyo with Return.
Return to when?
Work.
나는 Solo?
No, work.
When you're
We
solo?
all return to work.
So there are like, if I had a chance to appear on 나는 Solo, I know there are certain names they use,
who you think
right?
you're gonna be?
And each name represents some certain characteristics and
Yes.
personalities,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
I don't know. I have
you've never
no
watched the show?
information. I never watched the
really?
show. So would you suggest any name?
Youngsuk,
Youngsuk?
Yes.
Youngsuk represents...
the oldest one.
Oh my goodness.
No.
Even though
You would
it's
be-
Youngsuk, not Oldsuk,
And then, no.
still represent the oldest one?
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Youngdae was just here today.
Oh, I heard. Oh my goodness.
And
And
then
I
you say
thought it was
Youngdae
so
old-
아재. I just said it.
But you just said it.
Can't believe it.
No, you would
It's
be...
because of the weather. The weather's
You know, okay,
So-
now see, I'm just gonna say it now.
Windy
I was
and
just gonna keep it in. I was gonna keep it in. She goes, I was like, you look good. I was like, you're very green today. And then she goes,
different from what I really feel inside.
She's like-
inside it's gray.
she's like, I'm feeling the fall. 가을 타나 봐. I was like, what?
Very sentimental.
She's so sentimental today.
Yes, I am.
She needs to go watch 나는 Solo.
Is it a cure?
Yes, it's a
Okay,
cure. It's a
okay.
cure. Going back. This is probably the biggest issue.
Yes, and we slightly dealt with this during Chuseok holiday, right?
I had no idea. Like, I knew what was going on. I didn't know it was this big of a deal.
Oh.
We're going to go to Cambodia, ladies and gentlemen, because we know what happened. The shocking incident that happened in Chuseok, we talked about
Yes,
it, right?
yes,
During
yes,
our
yes.
Chuseok special. Things are getting worse, and it's always been bad. More reports of kidnapping, organized crime targeting Koreans emerging. Let's explore what's happening in Cambodia, why Koreans are being targeted, and what the Korean government is actually doing to respond to all
Oh
of
my
this.
goodness, it's getting bigger. Let's start with the latest developments. According to breaking news that just came in this afternoon, police data revealed that since last year, a total of 143 reports of suspected abduction or disappearance involving Cambodia have been filed in South Korea. And of this, 91 cases have been resolved or confirmed safe, while 52 remain under investigation. And a few days ago, we heard a very shocking news. A Korean university student in Cambodia was reportedly kidnapped and held by an organized criminal group. And during captivity, the student was subjected to severe physical abuse and torture, ultimately leading to death. And authorities believe the motive was linked to forced participation in online fraud operations targeting Koreans. And this tragic case sparked public outrage in Korea and prompted the government government to strengthen protections for citizens traveling abroad. And that's not the only case. After the brutal torture and death of a Korean university student in Phnom Penh, the Korean embassy in Cambodia has received multiple new reports of kidnappings and assaults involving Korean nationals, often luring young Koreans with fake job offers. And these cases seem to be connected to organized crime networks that operate across Cambodia, Myanmar, and Laos. And it has also been revealed that in these countries, both the perpetrators and victims of these horrific criminal organizations are mostly of Chinese descent.
So there's already been like warnings in place, but you might be going, why are these young people constantly going there for seeking these jobs that don't exist? Employment it's tough for some people.
Right.
It's tough. And so desperation makes you blind.
Right.
And when you're promised large amounts of money and you go, well, you know, like when you see the news and you see terrible things happen on the news, you always go, that won't happen to me.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
It wouldn't happen to me. What are the odds it'll happen to me? Right? And so they'll go, this is real. And they go, and this is what happens. These are not isolated incidents, Young. It's part, again, of a bigger criminal operation.
Yeah, exactly. In many cases, victims were promised high-paying online marketing or IT jobs, but once they arrived, they were locked up, beaten, and forced to work in online fraud centers, sometimes even coerced into participating in scams that target people in Korea, or they are asked to bring other Korean friends to Cambodia.
You know, actually, I'm not going to delve into that because there's more investigation into the Korean university student that was killed after he was tortured and so forth, and how he was coerced to going to Cambodia.
Right.
But were there any more confirmed Korean victims recently?
Well, as I mentioned in the beginning, the number is only growing. So police is receiving reports from different parts of Korea, like Gwangju, Busan, and everywhere. And some victims have been rescued through cooperation between Korean and Cambodian authorities, while others remain missing. And survivors describe living in constant fear, surrounded by guards, cameras, and electric fences. And many were only freed after paying ransoms through family or embassy intervention. And because these syndicates operate across borders, rescuing victims has been extremely challenging, very difficult.
And we have the South Korean government doing all it can to respond to all of this, right?
Yeah, the Korean Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that it will set up a Korean desk inside Cambodia's National Police Headquarters. And this is a joint task force designed to strengthen communication and speed up rescue operations. And the government is also increasing consular staffing and local patrol cooperation. And Seoul police have begun investigating Korean brokers who may have been involved in recruiting victims under false pretenses.
That's the other thing, right? That's the other thing. That's Koreans on Koreans crime right now. From what I understand, there's about 3 South Korean police officers who are stationed at the embassy in Cambodia right now. That's certainly not enough considering the situation right now.
Right.
And again, it does show how deep this problem runs. But how are the local authorities in Cambodia responding to this?
Well, Cambodian officials have said they are cooperating closely with Korea, and they've already raided several compounds suspected of human trafficking. But progress is very, very slow, and some of these groups have strong political and financial protection in the region, which makes it harder to arrest the criminals. And meanwhile, local media and human rights groups are criticizing the government for failing to crack down earlier, saying this kind of crime has existed for years, but only gained attention after 14 victims were killed.
It's concerning. It really is.
It is.
But you also have to understand that there are Koreans who live in Cambodia.
Right.
How are they reacting to all of this?
Well, the Korean community there, including business owners and missionaries, is extremely anxious, and many say they are afraid to go out at night or travel to certain provinces. And some have even started volunteer groups to warn newcomers and check on missing persons. And Korean online communities are filled with posts from worried families searching for relatives who went to Cambodia for jobs and never came back.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I heard about just the number this year, the sheer number this year. I think they were saying something on the lines of 52.
Right, 52.
Were rescued. That's just the rescued part.
Right.
You could kind of imagine how many more people are still held captive there. And I saw the exterior of the building where apparently they were kept held captive.
Right.
They also dug into like the trash cans and they got all the passports. So you just basically throw away your passport.
Right.
So that even if you run away, like you can't go anywhere or something like that.
And you don't even know where you are.
No.
Exactly.
No, that's the other thing.
Right.
You have absolutely no idea where you have no phone, obviously. You have no paperwork. You can't speak the language. You don't know what's happening. The Korean public right now is outraged by what's happening right now, right?
Absolutely. There's been a wave of anger and grief on Korean social media, and many are demanding tougher overseas safety measures and stricter regulations on international recruitment ads. And the government says it's also considering a new law requiring overseas job postings to be pre-screened to prevent human trafficking.
Yeah. Even with like jobs on LinkedIn and stuff like that, you might be thinking, oh, well, it was on LinkedIn. So certainly it's legit. No, anybody could make a LinkedIn account. However, there are, I think, just like how, what is it, like Twitter has like the check marks or something, like whatever check marks, you have to be authorized. Some companies are authorized. And you have to make sure that it's an authorized company. And in some of the ways that you could find out if the job offering is a bit shady is if they have like typos.
Yes.
Right? Or like the grammar doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Then you know something is very shady. So look at things like that.
So don't trust anything too easily. I really hate to say this, but given circumstances right now, don't trust anything too easily.
No, I'm one of those people. I don't trust people very easy.
I can tell.
I don't even trust Taeyong. No, but it's really, you can't be too careful.
Yes.
And if it seems too good to be true, it probably is.
Right.
So again, I mean, there are advisories out there. Tread carefully. And even and I don't think this is just like Korea, Cambodia thing. And this could be like in anything, in any situation where if there's a job offering that seems a little bit too good to be true, it just might be.
And you have to know that you can also report suspicious recruitment or trafficking activity through government hotlines anonymously if needed. So make sure you report if you happen to find anything.
Exactly. We're going to take another short song break before we delve into the third issue. This is Either with Villain Dies. And that was Either with Villain Dies. We're here on Special Issue Task Force with Taeyong joining us in the studio talking about the major issues. We talked about the Golden Holiday. We talked about the issue over in Cambodia. We're going to go up north to North Korea. They had their 80th Workers' Party anniversary celebrations. They had the military parade.
Right, 열병식 in Korean.
They invited the top officials from Russia, Vietnam, China. The massive military parade was held, of course, at the Kim Il-sung Square, where it normally takes place. And despite heavy rain, event went ahead, full grandeur, complete with bright floodlights, dramatic visuals, and of course, a display of advanced weaponry. Let's talk about how North Korea celebrated the 80th anniversary of the Workers' Party Foundation.
Yes, it was one of the most visually striking parades we've seen in recent years. North Korea clearly wanted to make a statement both domestically and internationally, and the country showcased a wide range of strategic weapons, including intercontinental ballistic missiles or ICBMs and hypersonic missiles as well. And even the weather didn't stop them. The footage aired by the state broadcaster, Korean Central Television, showed soldiers marching up under pouring rain while crowds waved flags, completely drenched. So they were like, we stand strong no matter what.
I mean, we've talked about this during Korea now when we had, North Korean refugees and defectors who said most of them, the crowd, they're forced to be there.
Right.
Nobody wants to be in the rain and torrential downpour and waving no flags, and they're hungry. They're placed there.
But
and
if
it's a show.
you look at their facial expressions, it's pretty real, right?
They always put the good actors, or actually there are real people too who actually feel that way, but good actors who always come out on television.
Oh.
So in some of the crowd, you could tell they have like a blank face, but it's always the front row people who have the best impression. So that's what, Chung, remember Chung James? He told me about this.
Oh.
and they're not actors, but they're told to act a certain way.
Right. They're educated.
Yeah.
Very well.
So what really stood out to many of the observers was the mix of symbolism, obviously the propaganda artistry. I mean, you had the parade opening with a massive screen showing the white horse leaping into the sky, right? I mean, Kim Jong-un loves the white horse. He's always on the white horse. Poor horse. That's a heavy man to be carrying around. And this is a symbol of the Kim family, so it's called the Baekdu line.
Baekdu bloodline.
Yeah.
It's deeply tied to North Korea's leadership mythology. Then came a rather dramatic performance. Elite troops breaking burning sticks with their hats, smashing ice blocks, and tearing apart trains, all to show physical strength and loyalty. And after that, special forces emerged from the sea in a staged combat scene showing stealth and power, and it felt almost dramatic, like a choreographed military movie rather than a conventional parade. And when the clock struck 10 p.m., Kim Jong-un appeared on the reviewing platform as troops shouted, "Defend Kim Jong-un with our lives," and absolute loyalty. The lighting, the chants, the rain, it all created a very powerful visual effect.
He's...
10 p.m. and he just appeared.
It's a show. It's a nice show. Nice
show.
Let's talk about the political messages behind this spectacle. What was Kim Jong-un trying to say this time?
Well, interestingly, Kim did not deliver a direct threat toward South Korea or the U.S. in his speech, but North Korean state media described the southern border as a steel fortress against the most hostile nation, clearly referring to South Korea. So the tone was unmistakably aggressive, even without directly mentioning Seoul.
So so that's the thing, right? Like if they don't directly mention it, then it's like not bad.
Not bad.
Okay, and so like Kim Jong-un probably he knows. I mean, Trump's in office. They're good friends. We're good friends. Me and Kim Jong-un are good friends, and he likes me.
So we want to open the door to dialogue, maybe.
We're gonna talk, me and Kim, and and we also have a progressive government,
right?
Which, if you remember from 2018, during the former Moon Jae-in administration, where we probably came as close as possible to peace on the Korean Peninsula.
Right.
So he knows something is going to happen. He's just looking for a very good deal.
Right.
He needs that deal, and so he's not going to go overly aggressive,
right?
Just in case it kind of, U.S. versus South Korea
use
goes
some like typical North Korean rhetorics,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. And you have the presence again of the foreign guests, adding another layer of meaning. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sitting on the reviewing stand were Russia's Dmitry Medvedev and China's Premier Li Qiang and Vietnam's Communist Party Secretary General To Lam. And by showcasing advanced missiles in front of these leaders, North Korea was essentially sending a dual message: defiance toward the West and an open display of its military export potentially to friendly nations. And some analysts even said the parade felt like a weapons showroom, a chance for Pyongyang to demonstrate its military capabilities and perhaps boost arms sales indirectly.
Yeah, so it's like, they're going to go because they have to.
Right.
Like Russia will go for sure. I mean, that's like the only ally they technically have right now. Even Belarus is kind of like, might not want to be close with Russia right now. But North Korea has been good to Russia.
Right.
I hate to put it that way. And so you're obviously going to see Russia. China's like North Korea to China is that younger brother.
Right.
That's always screwing up, but he's still your brother.
Right.
So you have to show up to his birthday party.
You feel some kind of like responsibilities.
Yeah. And so like that's that. And then, Vietnam, obviously the communist connections and things like that. But there was also a few surprising absences this year.
Yeah. Kim Jong-un's daughter, Kim Ju-ae, who is estimated to be around 13 years old. We do not know her exact age.
Yeah.
Did not appear this time. Neither did his wife, Lee Seol-ju. Last year, Ju-ae had drawn significant international attention by appearing alongside her father at several military events. But analysts think Kim Jong-un wanted to keep the focus solely on the military, not on his family this time. And I also want to touch upon the messages to the world that Pyongyang wanted to deliver. With the ongoing military cooperation between Pyongyang and Moscow, Moscow, this parade underscored their tightening relationship. And Medvedev's presence wasn't just ceremonial, it was a sign of continued military and political alignment. And also North Korea's decision to display hypersonic missiles and submarine-launched ballistic missiles sends a message that it wants recognition as a legitimate nuclear and defense power, perhaps even to secure leverage in future negotiations.
That might be it. How about South Korea? What does this all mean for South Korea and the wider region?
Well, for Seoul, this parade is a strategic reminder that the North continues to develop weapons capable of striking not just the South, but also U.S. bases in the Pacific. And it also complicates Seoul's diplomacy with both China and Russia, especially as North Korea's ties with those countries deepen. And for the region as a whole, the parade reaffirms that North Korea is positioning itself as a part of a new geopolitical bloc aligned with Moscow and Beijing and resistance to Western influence.
Oh boy. But hopefully some sort of dialogue will happen.
Yes.
It's everything is going to happen. I mean, you have Trump in office. I mean, it's not always good, but
He always says Pyongyang is unpredictable, but very predictable at the same time. So maybe
who said that? I said
you.
that? Oh yeah, that's true.
Korea now.
Okay. I forgot. That SJ is
forget
gone.
everything.
That SJ is gone. That's why. I remember saying that. Yes. They're unpredictable and predictable at the same time. Seyoung,
Yes.
comedian, thank you very much for
Thank
joining
you.
us. Have a safe rest of your week, and we'll see you again next week.
I'll see you next week.
And, oh my goodness, sending her out of the studio, let's take a listen to a song from Card with Bomb Bomb.